You know that sinking feeling when you realize the people you trusted most never really had your back? That's exactly what happened to me. My own parents betrayed me in the cruelest way possible, and for years I kept quiet. But what they didn't know was that their betrayal would become the very reason I got the sweetest revenge. I grew up in a middle-class family. We weren't rich, but my parents always made it clear they were saving for my future. "This money is for your college," they told me. "Work hard in school, and you'll have the chance to go wherever you want." I believed them. I studied late nights, pulled off straight A's, joined clubs, volunteered, everything to make my dream of going to college real. While my brother Jason, well, he was the golden child. He barely passed his classes, spent more time playing video games than studying, and somehow still got praised just for existing. By the time senior year rolled around, I had acceptance letters from several universities. I was thrilled. I thought my hard work was about to pay off. But then, it happened. One evening, my parents sat me down. I remember the nervous look on my mom's face. "Sweetheart," she said softly, "we need to talk about your college fund." My heart skipped a beat. "What about it?" She sighed. My dad looked down at the floor, and then she said the words that shattered me. "We used it for Jason. He needed it more." I stared at them, speechless. "What do you mean you used it?" "That money was for my education." My dad finally spoke. "Jason had an opportunity, and he needed financial support. We thought he deserved a chance. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. They spent my entire college fund, the money they'd promised me for years, on my brother. The same brother who never studied, never cared, and never worked half as hard as I did." Tears welled in my eyes. "So what about me? What am I supposed to do?" My mom's words still haunt me to this day. She shrugged and said, "You're smart. You'll figure something out." That was the moment something inside me broke. I walked away from that conversation feeling betrayed, humiliated, and angry. The people who were supposed to believe in me had sold me out for my brother's comfort. But I made myself a promise that night. I wasn't going to let this stop me. If anything, I was going to make them regret underestimating me. So I went to work. Literally. While Jason went off to his fancy private program, fully funded with my money, I took on every job I could find. Waitressing, tutoring, freelancing online, you name it, I did it. Every dollar I earned went into savings. College? Sure, I couldn't afford the big universities anymore, but I enrolled in community college and worked my way through. It wasn't glamorous, and it wasn't easy, but it was mine. I learned quickly that independence felt better than any handout ever could. Meanwhile, Jason, well, he didn't exactly make the most of his opportunity. He partied, skipped classes, and eventually dropped out. That's right. My parents drained my future for him, and he threw it away like it was nothing. I didn't gloat, though. Not yet. I kept my head down, worked harder, and built myself up piece by piece. I graduated with honors from community college, transferred to a state university, and earned my degree with zero debt, because I had paid my way through. But I didn't stop there. I had developed skills while freelancing, graphic design, social media marketing, and eventually, I started my own online business. At first, it was small, but within a few years, it exploded. By the time I turned 25, I was making more money than my parents and Jason combined. Still, I kept quiet. I didn't flaunt it. I wanted the right moment. And trust me, it came. One holiday dinner, years later, we were all sitting around the table. My parents were talking about how hard things had been financially. Jason was back at home, broke, unemployed, and still being coddled like a child. That's when my mom looked at me with that same old judgmental tone. "I just don't understand how you've managed. You didn't have the same support Jason did. We always thought you'd struggle without it." I smiled. Oh, the irony. I set down my fork, looked her straight in the eyes, and said, "You thought I'd struggle? Well, let me tell you something. While Jason was wasting the money you stole from me, I was building something of my own. I worked for every dollar, every degree, every accomplishment. And now, I own my own business. I make more money in a month than Jason ever has." The table went silent. Jason's face turned red. My dad cleared his throat, trying to change the subject, but I wasn't done. "Do you know how much I've earned in the last year alone?" I leaned in, savoring the moment. $200,000, all without a penny from you. My mom's jaw dropped. My dad blinked in shock. Jason slammed his hand on the table and muttered, "That's not possible." I laughed. "Oh, it's possible. You see, while you all were busy doubting me, I was busy proving you wrong. You thought I'd fail, but the truth is, I got the last laugh." The silence that followed was delicious. For years they had looked down on me, treated me like second best, stolen what was mine. And now they had to face the fact that I didn't just survive without their help. I thrived in spite of them. After that night, things were never the same. My parents stopped calling me a failure. They stopped comparing me to Jason. Because deep down, they knew. I had beaten them at their own game. And the best part? I didn't even need their approval anymore. My success spoke louder than any of their empty promises ever could. So if you've ever been underestimated, betrayed, or overlooked by the people who were supposed to support you, remember this. Sometimes, the sweetest revenge is simply proving them wrong. And trust me, it feels better than I ever imagined.